Good morning. Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl, and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 173, and we're here in Southwest Florida. Specifically, we're at beach access number 3, which is halfway between Bonita Beach and Little Hickory Beach. We're watching the sunrise over the buildings and the trees to the east, and this is the beautiful Gulf of Mexico behind me. I just met a man and his 5-month-old German Shepherd puppy who was so sweet and fun. It was really nice to meet, and it's such an enthusiastic puppy. So if you're joining me live, please say hello, and if you're crafting this morning, I'd love to hear what you're working on. If you watch the recorded version, please also feel welcome to say hello. I love to reply to all of the comments recorded as well as live. Good morning, Ruthie. I missed the first name, sorry. I did not schedule today's post, so it's going to be a few minutes probably till everybody finds it. It was an oversight on my part, so I apologize. I try to have all the posts scheduled in advance so that the live chat opens 30 minutes early, but I just forgot yesterday. Hi, Sandshell. You're working on converting data. All right, that sounds very useful. Good morning, Judy. Thanks for joining live. Hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth's working on the Mary shawl from Motif Magic. That's wonderful. I hope you're enjoying it. It's pretty easy once you get going. Hi, Jane. Hi, Grace. Thanks for joining me live. So we're at Beach Access 3, which is a tiny little parking lot of 4 cars and a cute little boardwalk and picnic table up under the trees. And if you follow me on Instagram, I did a short video of that walk to the beach this morning in my story. It's about a minute long, but it's really pretty to see that walk and how when you know the beach is coming and you anticipate it. Yeah, good. I'm glad you think it's easy, Elizabeth. I do too. Hi, DJ. Hi, Chantel. Hi, Faye. Thanks for joining live. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining live. Ooh, the mermaid emoji, my favorite. Or one of my favorites. I like a couple of them. I can't see them well enough to really use them, but I like when other people do. Hi, Edna. Hi, Grace. Hi, Lisa. Grace wants to know what I'm wearing today. Hi, Karen. Yeah, I forgot to schedule the post, so it just went live when it went live this morning. So I'm wearing the Sweet Clara top this morning, but I'm wearing it with a different color palette underneath to show you actually how much different this looks when you don't wear that dark silhouette underneath. I normally wear it with a dark navy tank top and dark denim jeans, which is a great neutral silhouette and slimming silhouette underneath. And today I decided to go a little bit different, and it was actually shocking to me, and I almost took it off because I'm not used to going this light, but I wore khakis, you know, that light sand colored khaki pants and a bright coral tank top underneath the crushed berries Sweet Clara top in the So Sporty yarn. And you see it really does change. I mean, we all love this top. We've seen it 100 times, but how different does it look this morning worn under really light and bright layers? So you can see it's a bright coral and that sand colored khaki, and it really changes the top up dramatically. So much so that I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize myself and went, oh, I don't know, it's so different. But it was so light and bright that I really wanted to use it as a learning tool. So whether or not you like these colors together or like them on me, it's still a demonstration in showing you how much you can change one piece by putting it with other colors. It just, once you understand that and can embrace it, it makes your wardrobe, however big your wardrobe is, explode with more Yep, sorry Melissa, it was my fault. I didn't get a chance to schedule the post in time for it to have that live chat feature. I'll do better tomorrow, I promise. Thanks, Letty. Sorry, DJ. So I had some I had some negative feedback yesterday from hosting Yarn on the Beach in my studio, and I know a couple months ago I had canceled when I couldn't make it to the beach, and at that time there was an overwhelming response that doesn't matter where you're at, we'd rather you go live than not record. Okay, now I understand everybody can change their minds, and maybe the show has evolved into something different, or maybe it was just a couple of people who are not the majority. But I felt like it was an important time to bring the subject up again and see how everyone feels. If I can't physically make it to the beach in the morning, would everybody rather me cancel the show or film from wherever I'm at? Because I want to do what makes you happy, and I thought I was doing that yesterday morning. And it's funny, when you know you're doing something risky, you have better walls build up. And yesterday I thought I was doing something not generous, I thought I was doing something to make everyone happy, so I was shocked that people were upset with me. I wasn't prepared for it, and so that's me being unprofessional, so I apologize for that too. Everybody has their days. And okay, I'm seeing a lot of people saying no matter where I'm at. Okay, so I just want to make sure we're all on the same page still, because I understand that things evolve and things change, and if it's not cool to film from wherever I'm at, that's fine too, but life does come up, and I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. And if it's just a few individual people who don't like it, well, by gosh, there's a million other choices for them to watch on YouTube or do something else. So I'm never going to please everybody, and the minute I try to, I will please no one. I get that. So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page as a majority. Hi, Elisa. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I just want to make sure that that's the majority. Yes, looks like it went well, Kimberly. Yeah, exactly, Karen. They don't have to watch if they don't want to, but the comments took on such a personal nature yesterday, and negatively, and there were so many thumbs down on the video. I normally have mostly thumbs up on my videos, and to see such a different vibe in the response to the video, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing something that you didn't want. So enough about the negativity. Yeah, it was very unusual, Karen, so I just want to make sure. Also, it was said that I drank too much tea yesterday and drank too loudly. So I'm guessing that's because I had a microphone on, because the last time I was in the studio, the sound wasn't right without it. So anyway, I'm going to continue to drink tea. I'm going to continue to swallow it, because that's part of drinking it. And so I guess that's one of those things, if I swallow too loudly, it's probably time to find another channel as well. Yeah, or have a bad day or what, I don't know. But anyways, I'm so grateful that you all have chimed in with your opinions today, and it helps me realize that I just focused too hard on individual things that weren't necessary for my eyeballs. Okay, so let's just move on. Somebody asked about my earrings, and I'm so excited to show you. These are the fine chandelier earrings in bling yarn. See how nice the silver sparkles when that moves? So I've made these, I think I've made 8 pair now, and I'm going to take a picture later today of how I have all my earrings decorated. I have like one of those earring stands where you can put a lot of earrings, and I have one dedicated to just handmade earrings. So I have a whole section of my beaded tassel earrings. I have a whole section of my fine chandelier earrings, and it's so gorgeous, and every time I walk back, walk by it throughout the day. It brings so much joy to my heart to see so many handmade earrings in so many different colors. So I'm going to take a picture and post it to social media today so you can see. Thanks, Kimberly. Yeah, so it doesn't take much yarn to make these. So if you've used Be So Fine Bling yarn in the past and you have a little bit left over, you can make these earrings. If you have made stuff in Be So Fine yarn and you have a little bit of yarn left over, you could make these. I've made them in regular Be So Fine yarn and also in the bling, and I love them. Love, love, love them. They don't take long to make. Oh, I did videos on them yesterday too. So if you go back to all the videos on my YouTube channel after we're done here this morning, not only do I go over all of the stitches you need and do all 5 rows of the earring in the video, right hand and left hand, but I also walk you through the chart. We go over every stitch on the chart and I read them out loud, and I think it's going to be really, really helpful for understanding how to read a chart, because I translate what you see on the chart with wording as I point at the stitches, and I think that that might be really helpful for learning a beginner chart. This colorway is sold out. This is the limited edition color Sunrise 01. This was based on the sunrise that we saw here in January. And new colors are coming, but Sarah, I'm not supposed to swallow either. All right, enough. I shouldn't talk like that. Sorry. Anyway, so last night was knitting club, and one of the ladies there made another scarf with Be So Soulful yarn. So I'll be taking photos of this today as well. I haven't put up the video, the pattern for it yet, so I'll have to do that today. So she's done 2 scarves now in Be So Soulful yarn, and this size takes about half a ball, which is awesome. Isn't that beautiful? This is in colorway Storm, but I have lots of colors to choose from, and this is my sock yarn called Be So Soulful yarn. Love the colors. Thanks, Sarah. It is pretty. Thanks, Melissa. Thank you, Karen. I love that stitch too. So on my website I have this stitch as a tutorial for in the round for making a hat, which you could also convert to making a cowl by just not adding the crown. And then I also have the tutorial for making the scarf, which is working the stitch in rows. So once you learn that, you could make a scarf, you could make a rectangular wrap, you could make 2 rectangles to make a tank top or a sweater, or you could make an afghan or a baby blanket. How beautiful would that be as a throw? So pretty. So once you learn the rows instructions, you can make any size. The stitch is called the Delta Flower Stitch, and if you search that on my website, you can find both the in the round and in the row tutorials, and they both come with charts. Well, we finished the application process yesterday for Marlon's passport, so now as long as we gave them all the correct information, it should be 4 to 6 weeks. If not, I'll get a letter in the mail that they need more. Doing the pattern. Oh, you're going to make Tyra. That's awesome. So pretty. That's one of the other patterns for Motif Magic. Heard back from my editor on book 15 yesterday. Actually, the email came in after I went to bed, so I technically read it this morning. But it looks like she has some edits for me. And I'm so excited to read them and get going on the book layout. And then it's going to be time to schedule photography. Oh, so exciting. Well, creating your own stitch pattern, someone has a question. She said, missed your name, but I kind of got the gist of your question. You know a whole bunch of crochet stitches, but you don't know how to make stitch patterns, and is that something that you can do as a beginner? Absolutely. In fact, when I was a brand new crocheter, I was living overseas, had no access to the internet or books. All I had was a voracious appetite for crocheting, and it's just trial and error. if you're going to try to do things on your own and invent things, just like any inventor throughout history, you have to experiment and use trial and error to see if things work. So as long as you're open to the process of inventing and the fact that some things will work and some things don't, absolutely, absolutely. The first motif I ever made was something I made up as I was going to make an Afghan for Marlon when I was pregnant with him. And I did not know anything about increasing at that time. So when I finished, I actually made motifs and joined them as I went, and then I went to do a border around the outside and didn't realize had to add increases in the border in order for it to lay flat. So by just working even, imagine, so I had an Afghan about this big made up of circular motifs, and by putting an edging on it that had no increases, I basically made a bowl or a hat this big, right? Just like with a hat, you increase for the crown, but if you stop increasing, you make the walls of the hat. Well, that's what I did to this Afghan, and I was like, what in the heck is that? And it took me, thank God I enjoy spatial math, it took me a few trial and error attempts before I could figure out that I needed to continue to increase on that edging in order for it to lay flat. So eventually it was a success. Yeah, Sherry, I forgot to schedule the post this morning. That is my fault, and I will try to do better tomorrow. Yeah, that's the dog that I met earlier this morning. So before I started, that guy asked me if he could take his dog off the leash, which I think you're not supposed to, but he said, she's just a puppy and she won't hurt you. And I said, well, if she'll come say hi, that'd be great. So she did. She ran right over to me and I talked to her all baby talk, and super sweet, and I got to pet her for a couple minutes. And then we exchanged business cards because he said that he's a blogger and wanted to learn about podcasting. The black cardigan is still in process. I love crochet. Cannot finish that, sorry. It's a little too dark and too long. I couldn't get to it in time, sorry. Thanks, Gloria. This is the Sweet Clara top worked in Be So Sporty yarn. It's a free pattern on my website with tons of sizes. It's an 8-part video series on YouTube, and it uses Be So Sporty yarn, which I sell on my website. It's 100% bamboo and sport weight. I have no idea. I have no idea if he was single, but he said he wanted to talk about podcasting, and he asked if I would interview him, and I said, well, just email me and we'll see. Can you study crochet? Sure you can. Oh, you mean in a university? I think that there are some schools of design where you can study all sorts of textile crafts, but I'm not aware of where that would be. But you could certainly study on your own. There's all sorts of resources for learning to get better at crochet. Good morning from Colorado. Thanks for joining live. I really love this little beach access spot. I'm going to show you throughout the camera. So we're not at a beach, which is way more private. The parking lot I parked at had only 4 parking spaces, and this is where all the beach houses are, which I just love to admire, especially the little ones. Oh, so there's the beach to the south of us. So down there is where we go to Bonita Beach, and then further still would be Vanderbilt Beach. And there's the sun coming up over the buildings and the trees and that beautiful crooked palm tree that I love so much. Here's the beach to the north of us. Not many people there this morning. Little Hickory is down there, and last Saturday when we went to that really remote beach with the inlet and those little islands, that was further down that way. And we're back to the Gulf. And this is the spot where we see so many of those turtle nests. I mean, I see dozens as far as the eye can see in both directions here. So awesome. Yeah, it's so beautiful. The sunrise is gorgeous here, especially the way those palm trees end up being the silhouette against it. I know, Eleni, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. I love it here. And I love wishing for the smallest house on the beach when I come to this spot. The big ones are pretty, but I wish for the smallest one. Oh, you're welcome, Sherry. My pleasure. I love, love, love sharing this with all of you. Love it. We didn't even talk about the water yet. You notice it's really shelly here too. There's lots of full seashells here, and the sand is very coarse. Lots of seashells. Which reminds me, I need to work on that seashell crafting stuff I wanted to do before. Remember I bought that hand crank drill to make beads out of, someone said something about cottage on the beach and I missed it. Remember that hand crank drill that I bought for making beads out of seashells? I need to work on that. I wish I had 48 hours in the day. Thanks, Lynn. I'm growing it. It's trying to get it long. It seems like it's taking a long time, but I'm trying. Oh, thanks, Melissa. That's really sweet. KB, you're trying to grow your hair too? Yeah, Cindy, I forgot to schedule the post this morning. That's my fault. I'm sorry. We're supposed to take biotin, I think, Karen. We're supposed to take a biotin supplement if we want our hair to grow fast, but I don't take it. Oh, Beatrice, I'm glad you found me. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I forgot to schedule the post this morning. No, Ellen, I do everything I do in 24 hours, but man, would I love 48. Oh, here comes the puppy again. Sandshell gets her hair trimmed every month. That's good. It makes it nice and healthy. Yeah, I'm glad you did too. My back is okay. Thanks for asking. I forgot to stretch again last night, so that's on me. It's the Gulf of Mexico. KB, you trim your own hair. That's awesome. I don't know how to do that. I do not know how to do that. I've seen it. I mean, I think back in the 70s, I remember people flipped their hair over their head and could trim lower, long layers, but I'm a little scared to try it. I would like to, though. It would save a lot of money. I'd also like to experiment with color, but I've never colored my hair in my whole life. I mean, when I was younger, my hair my roots were darker, and so I did get highlights here and there. But now my hair is mostly sun bleached. I put a little lemon in once in a while, but I've never done color. And I wish I had the guts to do a bright color, but I don't. Oh, Christine, you like the crochet on fabric. Oh, I want to see what you've done with your red bubble scarves. That's awesome. I have 2 of them coming out in my next book, and I can't wait to show them to you. Lisa colors her hair. Yeah, I love all those mermaid colors you see on Pinterest and Instagram nowadays. They have raspberry, hot pink, rose gold, baby pink, and then and the turquoises and the purples. I think they're so pretty, but I don't know. So today I'm drinking jasmine green tea, which is one of my favorites, and I brought 2 cups this morning so that I wouldn't run out by the time I got here. I drank tropical green tea in the car with a slice of lemon, and now I'm just drinking plain jasmine green tea. He's a 5-month-old German Shepherd puppy. That's why he's so big. Oh, you did cap sleeves on a tank top. That's awesome. I've been thinking about doing something to this tank top. I feel like this color would go really well with Tropical Hot Coral colorway in Be So Fine yarn. And I've thought about doing a trim along this edge, like a simple shell on that edge. Maybe not the straps, but on the lower edge here and on this edge here. I thought doing a tiny little shell might be really pretty on there. So I'm thinking this might be the next crochet on fabric project. But I also bought a dress on Amazon that's a little too short for me, and it's a 2-color ombre, and you'll see it in my Amazon shop. It goes from like little deeper than a Harbor Fog colorway at the top, and then it gradients down to like a Blue Danube colorway at the bottom. It's a t-shirt, A-line dress or tunic. It might be great over leggings too, but I was thinking that I'm going to take Blue Danube and do an edging on the lower half of the skirt. Do you have a favorite brand? Oh, my favorite brand of jeans, when I'm thin, Lucky Brand is my favorite, but when I'm a little curvier, I like Chico's because they have that amazing hidden girdle inside, and White House Black Market's pretty good about that too. And I think they're owned by the same company, so they probably have the same technology inside. And I usually buy them used on eBay, but that's just what I like to do. Because they can be pretty expensive. So all three of those brands are about, I don't know, they go between $70 and $100 a pair new. So sometimes you can find really good deals on sale, and sometimes I just prefer to buy them used on eBay. I know, not everybody likes the idea of used shopping, and I apologize if that makes anyone feel weird, but it's something that I like looking for good deals sometimes. I love the beach too, Lewis. Thanks for joining. Ooh, it's warm this morning. Oh, great! You used patterns from the finer edge for the sleeve caps. Gosh, I'd love to see those. Sounds like you already mailed them off. Okay, next time. Yeah, I think we all agree with Lewis. We all love the beach. Definitely. Speaking of which, I have not called that hotel yet to get pricing on a retreat there. That's a good reminder. Where am I from? Right now we're in Southwest Florida, in Bonita Beach specifically, all the way as far south as you go on the west coast in Florida, and this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. I think that's what you meant. Thanks for joining, Teresa. Yes, my heritage is Norwegian and Danish. That's right, Lynn. There's a couple of ladies here getting ready to go stand-up paddleboarding, I think. Don't want to turn the camera and point at them, but if they go out on the water before we end, you'll get to see them. Good morning from South Africa. Great to see you. Well, thanks for joining, Michael. We're glad to have you. Oh, Cynthia, I don't remember what you're talking about, but I'm glad you found a good pattern in an older book. So, book 16 is, the edits are coming back to me today, yay, and I've got 2 strong attacks started on books, was that 15? 16 and 17. So, not sure which one will come out first even. I have a feeling my idea for 17 is going to come about quicker than 16. So it might end up being 16, but, oh, and then there's a series that's 18 that's going to actually be a series of a bunch of books. Yeah, so there's a lot going on book-wise right now, and I'm so excited about all of that and can't wait to tell you more as things progress. But it looks like we're almost out of time, so I think it's a good time. Yeah, Zen Projects is one of those books. Yes, Zen is the one I'm thinking is 16, but 17 might be easier to produce, so 17 might come out before 16, unless I can get some help getting more samples made. Part of the process is making the samples quickly enough to show them in the book. I think the sample making is the most labor-intensive part. I mean, thank God I come up with the ideas, right? Not saying, but you can't put a value on, in a way you can't put a value on coming up with ideas. So the only value you can put on things is through the amount of time it takes. These will all be self-published. I have really enjoyed the process of being independently publishing and being my own publisher, so I'm going to continue with that. Yes, this is the Sweet Clara top that I'm wearing. That's correct. So we'll take one more look at it before we finish up the show, but it's time to take a last minute here and look out at this gorgeous view and set our intentions for the day. Ooh, here's the ladies getting ready to go stand-up paddleboarding. How fun. But thanks everybody for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the beautiful colors of the water and the beach, the sound of the waves, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!